Hello everybody. Tonight I am doing you'll have to excuse me. I told you guys I'm having to go in my vehicle because I have constant people around me and I can't really do much work if everybody's around me. So I am doing what I am calling a profile on the suspects. Certain behaviors that I've picked up on, their characteristics, their behavior, their influences, their emotions at that time. That's the new thing I'm going to be doing in my cases. And I also want to explain, I wanted to read off something to you guys about Tyler kept referencing the Suit of Cups to me in a reading. It's an emotional based card in a read. So when I start reading what I picked up on the female and the male in Tyler's read, tonight I do not have a pen on me, so I'm really needing you guys to, anything that comes through, it's being said to me, I would really like it if you could take down notes for me if possible. So the profiling I'm going to start doing on suspect in cases, it's going to help with identification process, I suppose you could say. And it's literally going to fill in blanks for some things, for some people. It really would help the situation, I think, because usually I keep that to myself. And I think that would really help out in this situation, I'm going to start doing that in each case now. So I'm going to start reading off the profiles that I did last night. But what I really want to do is speak about the Suit of Cups first and why Tyler kept referencing it to me. The Suit of Cups in a reading, the problem with the Suit of Cups is it's really an emotional based card. Its connection is to like a water sign, and our waters are our emotions, and it's in connection with Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios. So it's really an emotional card. To put it in a basis, usually indicates when we think with our heart and not with our head. It's really a reflection of spontaneous behavior, reflections of our one's emotions, and it's in a sense of how we react to a situation, and reacting to a situation, how that Suit of Cups comes up is you're really thinking with your heart and not with your head. You're not thinking logically. The negative aspects of the Suit of Cups is being overly emotional, completely being disengaged or dispassionate, having unrealistic expectations, fantasizing about what could be possible, repressed emotions, and ability to express yourself. So that I really needed to place that into the reading because Tyler kept referencing the Suit of Cups, the Suit of Cups, the Suit of Cups were coming up. So I just wanted that not to be like a question mark. So I'm thinking he was trying to, motion me, it's really about thinking with your heart and not with your head, not being, like I said, he wanted to see what he wanted to see, and he didn't think before he reacted. So the problem is when he met up with this person that he thought he was meeting up with, that's why he kept motioning me to the Suit of Cups. So that is the one part that I wanted to read off to you guys. Now I'm going to start reading the female and male's energy that I picked up on. There are some personal things in here that I picked up on about each person. Behaviors, possible, just things that they've done in their life, their emotions, just words that I've picked up on them. The female is where I'm going to begin, because the female, she plays a huge part in this. Very huge part in this. For me, it's as if she's the ringmaster and the man that took Tyler is the puppet. And he was very manipulated into doing it, and she was just a big player in this as he was. I hear the word group, so if you guys can take that down for me, that will be one of the words that I need you to write down. A group, which could obviously mean more than just those two. I'll go back to referencing you guys back into the beginning of Tyler North's reading that I did. There were 3 droplets of blood. So that could be possibly there is just more than those 2. Group, okay. So the female that I picked up on, I'm going to be reading this paper, so if I stop suddenly and I have to take a second, it's because I'm trying to listen at the same time and speak at the same time and try to read at the same time. So those 3 things are not as easy as it looks. The female photo that I wanted to place this person in a photo, kind of like a blank photo, and read just the energy in itself is reading. You're reading the energy. You're not, what you pick up in someone's murder case, you will pick up a suspect or people that are connected to it, and you will pick up things that are connected to that person. So I'm going to start off with, this woman is very disengaged mentally. She's very cunning. She's very in public, she plays victim. Behind doors, she's very fake. She's very sneaky and conniving, and yes, I did that, and I want this done like this. But in public eye, she's very wounded sounded. She's very, very egotistical, as being said next. So egotistical, as in, that's the word that's being mentioned to me. So I have the word snake, as in sneaky as a snake, very fake, and then I'll get the feeling she's one way in public and another way behind closed doors. Time, I think that has to do, the timing of the situation was very planned, very coerced, very, very into what she was doing. Lose. That for me was like a blank once I heard that. So lose could mean lose Tyler's life, because Tyler has passed on. So for her, I'm reading her energy, not Tyler's. The one thing that I had in common with these, the male and female energy that I read, the suspects, is that my left side of my head started to hurt. And it was almost as if I was hit in the head with something. It was very distinctive. It was literally right here above my ear and the side of my head. And it was a few minutes for each time that I read the female and the time that I read the male. So that to me is a connection to both of them in the regards of his disappearance, because both are reading their energy. I have the same exact feeling in my head. I'm going to say this word because that's the word I pulled in for anger, crazy, demented, the word address, fight. And then I see her whispering to a man, says to the man, I want him dead. Hostile, fight till the end. Broken, engage, farmer or foreign. That was the word that kept popping up. foreigner, not foreign, but foreigner or farmer. Brook or book. Portray, decision, goal. And then that's another connection I had with this woman. See the man on the hill looking down again as well. That was the first thing that came to me in Tyler's cold read. So for it to pop up in her energy reading tells me she has a deep connection in his disappearance. Also the word dental record, which I thought was strange to pop up in something like this, which tells me whatever oversight means. I'm not too sure what that would mean in this oversight. I'm not too sure what dental record could mean, except for dental records is sometimes that's how you identify a body. The male photo in the profile that I'm placing his energy in. The man, he is oddly for me, when I did Tyler's reading, I picked up on a man that had a feeling of a deep, deep, deep connection to the lands, as if he knew the lands so good, but at the same time, there was something more to it, like the connection is like a protect and serve kind of thing. Like, I can't even explain how I'm trying to put this. He would have been a man that portrayed to help people, I guess you could say. He portrayed to help people, but he was cunning and witty and very sly, and he was manipulated by her, but also he's very manipulating. It was just very odd because for me, he had a deep, deep connection to the lands. And usually that's for me, a farmer, a firefighter, a police officer, just something in that category where there's deep connection to the land, where just something about it is very off-putting, and it's very, he has a connection to that land, as in he surveyed those lands in some which way or form. Very clever. I have the word, excuse me, leak, gas tank, fallen. That's when my left side of my head started hurting again. I started to read him. When I started to read him, I got that pain slowly amping back up again, and it went away. It went away after I stopped the reading. So I feel like that has a deep connection between the both of them. That's how I know, in some sense, that they're connected into what they did together. Taken, choke, grace, or chase. Walk-in. Now, for me, walk-in is a very odd word, because I will explain that. Now, I don't know if it's saying a name as in walk-in, like as in, I don't know if you ever heard this person's name, Christopher Walken, as in a name, a last name maybe, or walk-in. And no, I'm not putting that man's name on here. It's just an example. So I don't know if that's one word or two words, but I heard it multiple times. A name, Trevor. Time. Lose again. See. Anger. Shoot. Fall in grave. Worker rat, which gave me another puppet feeling, like he was her worker rat. I'm going to go do her work for her, and I'm going to do her bidding. Higher elevation, stomach pain. Now, as you guys know, I had massive problems after I did Tyler's cold read. I was very violently sick for quite some time, very sick for weeks, and either I felt he was being poisoned or he had some sort of very bad stomach issues. The word road, glacier, woods. what was the other one? I seen a man, when I read this man's energy, hitting somebody's vehicle with his hand out of anger. Like he took his fist and pounded on the front of what looked to be a truck on the driver's side front end. And I just remember him being very angry. It was just really odd because the way I saw it is he didn't walk up to the truck. When I saw it, he was already standing next to the truck and he had pounded on it. So I'm not too sure. Those are the words that I have that came up for the reads of the energy of the female and the male. Okay. If it's okay with you, I'm not going to repeat that at this time. Is that all right? Okay. Something was just mentioned to me, but I want to talk with the aunt first and see if it's okay to say what I need to say on a video, because Tyler's case is still unsolved, and to me it would be an open case, hopefully still. I'm being told hush, hush. Okay. But these are the energies that I picked up on from the female and the male in Tyler's case. And I think it's imperative to say that this male and female both, not just one, but both had a hand in Tyler's murder. And I'm going to say murder. I'm not going to say disappearance, because Tyler corrected me when I was doing his tarot card reading. He hasn't disappeared. He has been murdered. But this male definitely manipulated and manipulative. He has a deep sort of connection to the lands, and he knows his way around very well. He's trained well in something, and it's a connection of some sort that he portrays as a helper, and behind closed doors he's something completely different. He's not who he says he is, or what he signed up to be. That's what I guess you could say, I suppose. His demeanor is very different from a helping hand. So the female I spoke of, she is deeply enraged. She's very full of hate and anger, and she's full of fight and hostileness, and she just, it's very odd that I've never seen a female in a reading this angry, this hateful, and it's sad because this didn't have to be. It didn't have to happen this way. And the sad part about it is she's just as involved as the other person, as the male. As he says, group. So group is not two. Group is more than two. So I have to ask him what he means by that. Okay. I will write that down when I get into my house, okay? But thank you. But I'm trying to get these profiles out for a reason, to help Tyler in any way I can. I did not mention names for a reason. Yes. And you know that I do not place information unless it's validated. So when I do Tyler's full spirit session, I want you to be aware that when Tyler speaks, what he says, I will be very vigilant on and do my best to speak with respect and not anger or hate. He could be very angry. He could be very upset. But I will not, in any way, shape, or form, I will not be interrupted in the reading. So I'm deciding either live or not to do it live. If I should do just a reading and speak with him and then just put the video up, because I already know that the people that hurt Tyler have already watched my video, because I've already picked up on it. And sadly, they just don't know how much they help me out with reading them. The more they view my station, the more I pick up on them. And the harder they try to, be manipulative and look at my Facebook page or have people friend request me that I've already deleted, it's not going to happen either. Or the people that think that I don't know they're there for a reason. So sadly, I'm just going to put my smile on and keep helping the family and not fall into the course of anger or hate towards anybody. Who we are is who we are, and I'm here to help, and that's really it. So if people feel that they're going to be in a circle wise, and so to speak, it's really only going to benefit me. So you can watch the videos and you can try to be sneaky, but it's okay because I know. So I want everybody to understand that if Tyler comes out in the reading and says specific things, I'm going to say them because I feel that there's no way possible that this man has nothing to come to bear for him. No evidence has come to bear for him. Nothing. Not a shred of evidence or anything has come to bear for him. So I think it's Tyler's time. So I'm going to end this video, say goodnight to everybody. And with that, I want you all to stay safe. Please do your best to stay healthy. I think of you guys all the time. I am always blessed to have you with me and to help all that I can. Good night.